way back in our old days at the old ISP park, we were just hanging out one day, and I asked you this question, and you said, "I don't know. I'd like to spend a lot of time with my family." Have you ever considered managing?
So I did, Joe T. It's a great question. I've been asked that many times.
It's an okay question. It's not great.
No, it's a real good question. So the big thing, Joe T. I mean, you and I spent many nights in the clubhouse, and you see how I treat the kids, and I'll pat them on the back and all that when they need the brotherly love. But then I'm also that guy that's going to kick you in the ass. And the reason that I'm gonna say no right now is because these guys can't take a little kicking in the ass. You gotta damn near kiss them every time you see them. And it's like, I am not that guy. I'm not the guy that's going to tell you when you're 0 for 20 that, hey, you're doing real well. No, you're not doing real well. You're 0 for 20. Find a way to freaking get the ball on the green grass out there. And so the game has changed in that regard. The game has changed in how the guys prepare. All right. We prepared by looking at the opposition and going, okay, he's throwing me a fastball away for what reason? What is he seeing in my swing to where he's going out there and getting me out all the time? Now these guys, they're like, oh, I make outs because my elbow wasn't here, my hand wasn't there. No, you making outs because he's beating you to the spot on a pitch that he knows he can beat you to the spot. Quit worried about your mechanics and worry about how to attack and how to compete with that guy.
Do you ever think that my dad used to tell me all the time, and I revered my dad and still do, even though he's been gone since 22. He always used to say everything in life is cyclical. He'd always say, keep your corduroys. Someday they'll be in style again. Do you think that baseball will go away from the analytics and come back to, like, quote unquote, the old school guys, like us?
I think that you're going to start seeing a little bit more old school guys that are embracing a little bit of the analytics, but not going over the top.
Like Roberts.
Perfect. There you go, right there. Dave's doing a great job with it. But, here's the thing. So, and I made this point, believe it or not, in the clubhouse yesterday. I was talking to, some of the coaching staff about analytics. All right. You tell me, all right, you're the analytic dude. You tell me that this dude is going to throw 70% fastballs. Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate that information. But what happens if he does not have his fastball control that day and he's all over the board? What is he going to throw for a strike? It ain't going to be a fastball. So why should I keep looking fastball? I'm going to have to adjust and start looking breaking ball if that's the only thing that he can throw for a strike. And those are the kind of things that you need to make in-game adjustments. You need to see it with your eyes, go out there and say, oh, no, he can't throw the fastball for a strike. I'm going to look off speed. And when you start making those in-game adjustments, that kind of analytics kind of goes out the window, and you go with like gut instinct and what you're feeling in your heart.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like everything in life, right? Like everything's good in moderation, or everything's. It's better if you can take a little bit of knowledge from everything that you do,
Yeah.
and not just be so.
Well, and give you another example, all right? And this is where I would buy into analytics. If you come up to me and you show me a chart and it goes, hey, 75% of 2-1 pitches is going to be a changeup from this guy. It's like, okay, you gave me a good hint right there.
Right.
So if I get 2-1, pretty good chance of changeup's coming. I'm going to go ahead and sit on it right here,
Right.
because I'm in the driver's seat as it is. I'm ahead in the count 2-1. All right, let's buy into the analytics right here. Let's see if it comes. And those are the instances where I would definitely use it.
You said something to me. I don't know if it was privately or on the Parney Time podcast, season 1, inning 1. But do you ever think that pitching will change back to where pitchers are pitching instead of throwing hard? Will velo? Because one thing you said to me one time, and again, I don't remember when it was, but you said, Parney, I didn't have trouble with guys that threw hard. I had trouble with guys that changed speeds, and a guy like Maddox who had a good changeup. So do you think that pitching will start pitching again, or is velo? Because I have high school and college dads come to me, like, oh, my son's throwing 92. I'm like, well, guess what, buddy? Everybody's throwing 92 now. If you're throwing 92, that's not fast. That's not. So, do you ever think velo's ever going to change, or do you think velo's always going to be a part of the equation for pitchers?
Velo is going to be a part of the equation, but the pitchers have to pitch. All right. So let me just make this common sense straight up. All right. If I'm hitting, all right, and the ball is a four seam fastball and it's out there, when it gets to me, it's in the same spot. Okay. And that's where a guy like a Maddox or a Glavine or a Jamie Moore or John Tudor, this is the magic. When you see the ball out there, when it gets to you, it's in a completely different location, different plane, everything. And so you have to adjust to that in flight. Whereas right now, if you put a box on the TV and you say, all right, these are the only pitches that can be a strike. Oh, dude, I'm gonna live in that box. I'm gonna do a great job in that box. But back in our era, we had to go with 6-8 inches off the plate, depending on how much the umpires gave the pitcher out there at that time. And so I think the pitching will definitely come back instead of just the throwing. You're seeing a guy like Logan Webb. He makes the ball move. Aaron Nola, he makes the ball move. Guys like this, you're going to start seeing guys that can make the ball move and still hit the corners.
So last time, this is the final thing, I promise. Last time you were on Parney Time, you told us a story about Pittsburgh and breaking the water cooler.
Yes.
It was one of my favorite stories of all time. I'm wondering in all your years, in Bull Durham, they have the mound visit,
Yeah.
or a rooster, or somebody put a curse on the glove, all that. Was there a specific in all your years at first base of going to the mound, any specific mound?
I
visit?
got it for you.
Yeah.
I got it. You ready for this one? Joe T, you're going to like this one. We're in San Diego, right? And it's a military day, unbeknownst to me. It's a day game. So they got all the military guys. I did not know this, but they snuck a cannon in behind me. So we get out in the first inning. Here comes the Padres in the first inning. Marvell wins the leadoff hitter. Whack, homer. Boom, they shoot this cannon behind me. I'm like, oh, Jesus. One of these numbers, all the military guys going crazy. We get the second guy out. Here comes Tony Gwynn. Whack, homer. Boom, shoot the cannon. Military guy's going crazy. Third guy comes up. It was like Carmelo Anthony, I think, or Carmelo Martinez. One of those guys. Bam, homer. We're losing 3-0. They shoot the cannon again. I'm going freaking deaf, and the fans are all going crazy, right? So here comes the pitching coach out to the mound. And so when the pitching coach or the manager came out to the mound, we always had to go out there because they might move defenses or whatever.
Right.
And we want to listen to what pitches he's going to throw and all that.
Right.
Well, the pitching coach gets out to the mound and he's going to be a smartass, even though he's losing 3-0, just gave up 3 jacks. He goes, I know I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that and I ain't getting it here and I'm not doing this. And the pitching coach looks in the dugout, who's our manager, Roger Craig. He goes, no. He goes, Roger sent me out here to give the fucking cannon guy time to reload. I put my glove out. I'm howling laughing. Robbie Thompson's howling laughing. I'm like, oh, shit, I can't catch a ground ball.
What was Roger Craig? Was he when he passed away? I remember you put "Hum Baby." Was that what he say?
Hum baby, hum baby.
Hum
Yeah,
baby.
that was his favorite saying. That was one of our slogans for all those years. He was my second dad. He was my manager for 8 years, and he'll definitely be missed because he's one of the guys with the San Francisco Giants that helped turn the whole organization around.